Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the regular meeting of the Madera City Council and special meeting of the Madera City Council as the Groundwater Sustainability Agency. I would like to call this meeting to order on Wednesday, September 17, 2025 at 6 p.m. City Clerk Gonzalez.
Madera City Council meetings are open to the public. This meeting will also be available for public viewing and participation through Zoom. Members of the public may also observe the live stream meeting on the city's website at www.madera.gov/live. Members of the public may comment on agenda items at the meeting or remotely through an electronic meeting via phone by dialing 669-900-6833, enter ID 889-1965-3075, pound. Press *9 to raise your hand to comment and *6 to unmute yourself to speak. Comments will also be accepted via email at citycouncilpubliccomment@madera.gov or by regular mail at 205 West 4th Street, Madera, California 93637. We'd also like to remind the public that Wordly is available for translation services.
Thank you for that. Roll call, please.
Mayor Gallegos?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez?
Here.
Councilmember Zachariah?
Here.
Councilmember Montes?
Here.
Councilmember Evans?
Here.
Councilmember Mejia?
Here.
And Councilmember Villegas.
Here.
Thank you. I'd like to thank my colleagues for being here tonight. Again, a full house in the chamber. Our invocation today will be given by Pastor Joyce Lane, and the Pledge of Allegiance, if you can remain standing for that with Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez. Please stand.
Good evening to all City Council and Mayor and the citizens of Madera City. Blessed be God and the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, who has blessed us with every spiritual blessing in the heavenly places in Christ. Lord, give us wisdom, knowledge, insight, and foresight as we work together for the benefit of the city and the people of Madera. God, you are the only source of true wisdom, and you promise to give it to anyone who asks for it. Wisdom begins with the fear of the Lord and find its fulfillment and love for others. Help us to remember that we're not to presume to know how to do what the Lord has called us to do. Help us to remember to cleave to the Lord and to depend upon him for wisdom. Help us to remember to choose and believe that God will give wisdom to all who ask for it, according to James 1:5. Let us all be assured that only God knows the hearts of men and women. We cannot. Let's allow this to cause us, each one of us, to reverence and love God. And all of the people did say yes and amen to the will of God. Yes and amen, to the will of God. God bless you.
Please remain standing. We're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Salute. I pledge allegiance to the United States to the republic to stand one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for that, Pastor Lane and Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez. Moving on to the approval of the agenda, and before I bring it to my colleagues, I would like our city clerk to make some announcements.
Thank you, Mayor. This evening, staff is requesting to pull items B5 and D2. These items are being referred back to staff. And in regard to item B8, there's going to be a change on the reso, updating the official name of Kimley Horn and Associates. It's correct in the title of that's listed on the agenda. However, it's worded kindly on the resolution. So just for the record, the resolution will be updated with its official name.
Perfect. Thank you for that. I bring it back to my colleagues for any questions or comments. If not, I'd like a motion.
Move to approve the agenda with those corrections.
Second.
By City Clerk.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes unanimously. Moving on, next, City Clerk Gonzalez.
On to presentations. The presentation this evening is for the proclamation recognizing Old Timers Week.
Thank you for that, and good evening. I would like to call up our 2025 King and Queen of the Old Timers Day Parade. That is Mr. and Mrs. Berry. If you want to come up, please. A well-deserved title here, and you'll see them in the stagecoach during the Old Timers Day Parade at the end of this month. So I would like to offer this proclamation for Old Timers Day week on behalf of the City Council and the mayor, myself, to the 94th anniversary of the Old Timers Day will be celebrated in Madera on Saturday, September 27th, 2025. And it's long been the tradition to honor citizens who have been residents of the city and the county for over 50 years or more, with week-long activities, a parade down Yosemite Avenue, and a community-wide day in the park celebrating on Saturday. It is fitting to recognize these contributions made by old timers, date and timers in the creations and developments of the city and the county of Madera. And the Honorable King and Queen of the Old Timers Day Parade 2025, Randy and Cheryl Berry, are the recipients of this award and proclamation. So I, Cece Gallegos, Mayor of the City of Madera, and behalf of the entire City Council, we do hereby proclaim September 22nd to the 27th, 2025 as the Old Timers Day Week. Congratulations.
Yeah, a few. I'll talk. He doesn't talk much. We were talking to somebody the other day and he said it should be her queen and I'm her servant. And it's honestly true. Thank you so much for the recognition. We really appreciate it. And come see the museum after the wonderful parade and stuff. And what else? But anyway, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And keep working for the community. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. I know. I did morning. Yeah.
Thank you for your service and thank you. Thank you. From all my numbers.
Are we centered, City Clerk?
Yeah, okay.
And 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2.
Thanks.
And just to put a plug, Madera Evening Lions will be putting a dinner dance on for the King and Queen on Friday night. So if you'd like to see them in their crowns, that would be the night to see them before the actual reveal that Saturday at the parade. Okay, City Clerk Gonzalez, moving on to the next item.
The next item is public comment. The first 15 minutes of the meeting are reserved for members of the public to address the council on items which are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the council. Speakers shall be limited to 3 minutes. Speakers will be asked, but are not required to identify themselves and state the subject of their comments. If the subject is an item on the agenda, the mayor has the option of asking the speaker to hold the comment until that item is called. Comments on items listed as public hearing on the agenda should be held until the hearing is opened. The council is prohibited by law from taking any action on matters discussed that are not on the agenda, and no adverse conclusions should be drawn if the council does not respond to public comment at this time.
Thank you for that. And just a reminder, if somebody is speaking on an issue, hopefully, if they've already stated that issue, we are bringing new information to the council members. So with that, I open it up to public comment. First person, come on up.
Good evening, blessings to all. My name is Micaela Contreras, a resident of Madera and a dedicated member of the Madera Splash Pad Project. My commitment to this initiative is deeply rooted in the story of my own family and so many others in our community. My parents immigrated to this country from Jalisco, Mexico, with a dream of a better future. I watched my parents work tirelessly as farm workers to give their children a better life. Oh, wow. I learned the meaning of hard work by spending some of my school breaks in the fields alongside my parents and siblings, experiencing harsh conditions during scorching hot summers and freezing cold winters. My parents overcame many challenges to build a future for our family, teaching us that with dedication, hard work, and perseverance, anything is possible. Their sacrifice and guidance motivated all five of us to earn our college degrees and pursue a better life for our own families. I am grateful to have the opportunity to be here along with MSPP members and supporters continuously advocating for this initiative and sharing a commitment to MSPP with great dedication, hard work, and perseverance. We are a team of passionate residents committed to building a safe and universally accessible splash pad. It's more than a place with fun water features and an eco-friendly circulating system. It's an investment in a brighter, healthier future for Madera. I recognize that the city's hesitation to fully support this project is due to the cost and ongoing maintenance expenses. To that, I would suggest that the budgeting and maintenance is a part of any well-run system. We, the community, including my parents, consistently maintain our homes and finances, and we expect the same from our city leaders. I believe the city can find a way to fund this essential project responsibly and explore cost-saving measures in other areas of the budget, perhaps by reevaluating certain high salaries. We keep coming to these meetings to share our needs and concerns, and we are asking you to do something that will show us that the concerns of our community are a priority. Our voices should be enough to raise serious concerns. What will it take for our communities to be heard and for this project to be taken seriously? I've been dedicated to MSPP for nearly a year, and I will continue to advocate for my needs and the needs of my community. My voice and the voices of my community matter. The families and children of Madera deserve better alternatives and other recreational sources, and we are here to help make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
Hello, my name is Maria Valenzuela. Thank you for giving me the chance to speak tonight. I'm here as a parent community member to ask for something simple but incredibly meaningful, a splash pad for kids. In our community, summers are hot. Many families do not have access to pools or the ability to pay for swimming lessons, memberships, or long drives to other towns. A splash pad will give our children a safe, free, and local place to cool off, play, and just be kids. It's not just about fun. It's about equity. Every child, no matter their background, deserves a safe space, gather, laugh, and make memories. A splash pad is accessible for taller school-age kids and even grandparents who want to bring their grandkids. Grandkids, it brings people together. Families from every corner of our town all sharing the same joy. We all talk about wanting to invest in our kids, wanting to give them opportunities. This is one of those opportunities. It's healthier than sitting indoors all summer. It keeps kids active and it keeps them safe in the heat. It keeps them safe from the heat. And for parents, it offers peace of mind knowing there's a local place where children can enjoy themselves without the risk that comes with unsupervised swimming. This will be more than just water sprinklers on the ground. It will be a symbol that our town values families, that we care about creating space where kids can grow up happy and healthy. It's an investment that will last for years and will touch countless lives. I ask, I ask you from the heart, please consider making this priority. Let's give our children a place to cool down, to have laughs, and be together. A splash pad may seem small compared to other projects, but our kids, it will mean the world. Thank you for listening, and thank you for thinking about the future of our community and children.
Thank you for your comment.
Hello, good evening. My name is Stephen Quick. I'm a longtime resident of Madera. I currently reside in Clovis, however. I'm here tonight to bring awareness to a need for a change to Prop 57. I am with a group of parents that are grieving that have lost loved ones due to teen violence. And as it stands right now, Prop 57 uh, allows for a very long time to transfer teens that commit murder to adult court. Prior to Prop 57, the district attorneys used to have sole discretion to just to charge the children as adults or teens based on the severity of the crimes. My son Caleb Quick was assassinated in April of this year outside the McDonald's at Willow and Nice and Clovis Avenues. You've probably seen me on TV or heard a lot about these stories. I have kind of the unspoken leader of a large group of families that have lost loved ones to teen violence. I don't see her here tonight, but Samantha Batista had her son, Jacob Munoz, who was stabbed at a quinceañera here in Madera just last year. And because the individual that stabbed her son and murdered him was 15 years old, he was ineligible to be tried as an adult. So as State Bill 1391 states, anyone 15 or younger, there is no option to be tried as an adult. That's removed. It doesn't matter what the crime is. You can be the most horrendous crimes, or it could be stealing something, petty theft. Our group is protesting against these laws, this law. It was originally billed as a non-violent offender bill back in 2016 and got a 66% voter approval rating. However, we're seeing that the criminals are not non-violent offenders. They're very violent. So my son's killers have a rare opportunity to be in an adult court. It's much more likely for them to remain in the juvenile system where they planned my son's murder and will be out within 5 years and back into the community. So that's what a lot of people are not aware, that once they get sentenced, they can also earn credit for reduced time. So we have a protest planned for October 11th in River Park on Nice and Blackstone Avenues. We have David Tangipa coming. We've got Susan Grove coming, and I want to here help make this change. I brought a flyer. If you can put this up somewhere to remind your people.
Sorry for your loss, Mr. Quick. Thank you for your comment. Next resident.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Luis Zaragoza, resident Madera. Address 345 South Sonora Avenue here in Madera. I'd like to bring, not sure what the word would be, but concern or maybe awareness on make it easier or bring out, what's the word I'm looking for here? Make it easier for businesses to become eligible to do business here in Madera. Looking at the website that we currently have, it looks like it's pretty easy, but once you start getting the process, it actually discourages a lot of people away. There's a long waiting list. People sign leases in buildings without knowing. I think if we come up with some kind of grant or a program or just a workshop where we can walk these individuals, as we all know, life is expensive as it is. And then this is just me speaking on my own. You get a job anywhere right now, it's kind of hard. A lot of families, both parents have to work. A lot of kids have to work just to pay basic needs. The upcoming generation, I can see it. I see it with my own kids. They have very, very good ideas that I think will benefit the city all the way around, from construction to, down to detailing cars. If we facilitate it and actually monitor it to where it helps everyone out, I think that would be a good thing. But from personal experience, back when I got my first business license, I paid close to $6,000, and that's only because the city kept postponing my license. The application is $50, but your conditional permit is $2,500. If you miss that appointment, you have to reschedule it, and it's non-refundable. Luckily, we had some savings that got us through that program and obtained our business license. So sounds like I'm going all over the place, but get it streamlined to where we encourage businesses to come to Madera and help the community, maybe use some of the tax money into other programs that we can be doing, but make it to where it's easier, not discourage people away. You apply, then you go to the planning department, then you got to apply for something else, and then the fictitious name. Make it more streamlined, make it easier and more accessible for everyone to come into Madera and obtain their license. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment, sir. Next resident.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alvina Miguel. I am a outreach associate for the Madera, well, not Madera, Rising Sun Center for Opportunity. We're here today because we want to talk about our nonprofit. This is our first time serving the Madera residents, and it's a youth-based group. What we do is we offer jobs to local young people, and with that being said, they go into people's homes and they change the light bulbs to LED, shower heads, and everything is free and is through PG&E, through one of the services we receive. But for me, I'm gonna have two of our young professionals come and speak on their behalf and what they do for their first job.
Hi, I'm also with Rising Sun. My name is Valeria Salamanca, and I am the outreach manager for the Central Valley region. So this summer, our youth staff, so two are here today. They have already completed 79 no-cost energy-saving kits and education to Madera families. Not only did they help residents cut costs, but it also gave young people their very first professional work experience and leadership training. So tonight you'll hear directly, like Alvina mentioned, about two of our participants in our program.
Hello, my name is Oscar. I'm an energy specialist with Rising Sun. I joined right after graduating high school. This has been my first professional job. I conduct greenhouse calls, helping families save energy and lowering their bills by installing devices like LED light bulbs, false aerators, and smart power strips. I built the confidence, learned how to communicate with people, and develop teamwork skills. I really enjoy working alongside my coworkers. Um, we all build a bond since we are very young. Most of all, I'm proud that I can already give back to families in Madera. Not only that, I plan to stay with Rising Sun until I'm 24 because they always provide opportunities to move up. Thank you for supporting youth like me.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jesus. I am a leader in field training, also known as LIFT. This position consists or is for emerging climate leaders ages from 18 to 24 from low-income homes. This job consists of mentoring youth staff, just like Oscar, as well as coaching and providing trainings. I learned leadership and problem-solving skills within this position. And also I really enjoy connecting with my coworkers, just like Oscar as well. Since all of us are young, we all bond and share the same feeling when helping other families in these homes as well. Ooh. As also a part of this, climate careers program, we learn about we participate in professional development workshops, learn about career pathways, and build networks to prepare future opportunities that may come. Rising Sun has given me the opportunity to not only make a great impact within the community, but also to grow in a place where I call home. So thank you for believing in young leaders like myself.
All right, I'm going to speak for Cynthia back there. She's our regional manager. Sorry about confusing y'all with the timing there. But as you've heard tonight, Rising Sun is more than just an energy program. It's an investment in Madera's youth and future workforce. Our program equips young people with real-world skills like leadership, teamwork, and communication, while also helping families save energy and reduce their bills. It's a simple but powerful way you can support us by allowing us to use the City of Madera's logo on our flyers. This shows families that this program is trusted locally, encourages participation, and strengthens the connection between the city and our community youth. We have partnered with previous cities in the past. And we would also like to invite council members to our open house in Madera on Wednesday, October 1st from 3 to 6 p.m. We can go ahead and share that information so those that are interested can go. With your support, we can continue growing Rising Sun here in the Central Valley, reaching more neighborhoods, serving more households, and giving more young people the chance to develop their skills. Thank you for welcoming us into your community, and we look forward to building a stronger, greener future together. If anyone is interested in connecting, Cynthia and I both have business cards as well that we can pass out maybe afterwards. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment and your partnership. And gentlemen, thank you for getting up for your comments. It's not easy to speak in front of a crowd, so we appreciate that. Next comment.
Good evening, council members, Mayor Gallegos. My name is Vincent Enriquez. I live at 28810 Posey Avenue. I'm a concerned citizen. I own and operate Pablo Taxi and Pablo Medical Transport. This is my third time in these meetings to discuss the illegal operation of suspension business license Gold Taxi. For the last 3 years, I have been providing Madera City Code Enforcement Claudia Mendoza with photos, videos of their illegal operation. Her continued response to me is, Pablo, don't worry about them. Worry about your own company. This has also been brought up to Mark Adams, which was her supervisor at the time. Also, Chief of Police, I don't know how to the name, Giochino Cheramonte. I thank Chief of Police for suspending their business permit, but they are still operating with 11 illegal cars. At this time, and I have these photos turned into Mayor Gallegos. These are 11 vehicles that we have got them transporting people. One time, they made a complaint about me at Toro Local Market. I showed up, Gold Taxi, and 3 drivers there alongside Officer Tristan Okpalago. He asked all of us for our driver license, and only one of them provided a license. The other 2 did not have license. They all had to leave in one vehicle. They came back later on that night to pick up the other 2 vehicles. I don't understand why Officer did not have those towed vehicles. Case number 24M-06368. 10 of Gold Taxi drivers are not fingerprinted by Madera Police database or registered drivers. Neither are the 11 cars. These drivers transport minors and children to school by themselves without their parents present. This is a dangerous situation, not knowing who these people are. They could be sex offenders, pedophiles, criminals, or nobody knows who their identity is if they commit a crime with these kids. I believe Chief of Police should have this attention of matter brought up to all Madera police officers under his command to keep an eye out for these vehicles and these drivers. I thank you. Appreciate my time. God bless.
Thank you for your comment.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, Arnaldo and team here at City of Madera. Nathan Alonso, your local government affairs representative for Pacific Gas and Electric. Just wanted to come before you this evening in the hopes of requesting some time on your agenda in the near future before the end of the year. I'd like to come before you and give a more robust update on our capacity efforts, on expanding capacity in the city of Madera, and hopefully some good news that we can all celebrate so that all of us together can go and tell everybody who can listen that Madera is open for business. And if there's business out there that wants to come to Madera, come to Madera, come to Madera County. And to give other updates on some of our legislative priorities and where those landed now that the legislature has adjourned for the year, and then some other proceedings that we have in front of the CPUC, the Public Utilities Commission, all with the goal of making the system more reliable, bringing residential customer bills down, undergrounding more miles in high wildfire threat areas, and making sure that we are delivering as efficiently and as well as we can for our hometown here in Madera. So I'd love to come back before all of you in the future and share more in depth about all those. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment, Mr. Alonso. And we have anybody online or on Zoom, City Clerk Gonzalez?
We do, Mayor. We have one caller online,
Okay.
phone number ending 9342. Caller ending 9342, you may now unmute yourself to speak.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, good evening. I'm actually very glad that I'm here in this meeting. I wanted to point out if somebody could send Parks and Community to please fix the inclusive swing because it does not have a lock. If you guys could, please. Also, since Pablo's taxi is there, I had an incident with him. I use medical transportation usually for my son. And at one time, he had his medical van sent to Fresno and sent his regular taxi to my address, and I couldn't fit his stroller, which I use as medical transportation, and therefore I had to actually leave it at home. And he still got paid through Medi-Cal for the services. And maybe if he serviced the community better, he wouldn't have to worry about other people's business. Also, I'm also in support for the splash pad with the casino coming up and being built. I know that the city can more than likely approve that for people like myself that are low income and reside in Madera and don't have transportation. I would really appreciate if the city could help families like myself to be able to have access to recreational areas like this. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Ma'am, if I can get your comment at which park that swings at? I'm thinking it's that
Centennial Park.
Centennial Park. Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Any other comments, City Clerk Gonzalez?
We have none, Mayor.
Okay, at this time, I close public comment and we will move on to the next item.
Item A1 under public hearings, public hearing regarding the program year 2024-25 Community Block Grant CDBG Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation and Financial Summary, also known as a CAPER.
Thank you, and that will be presented by our Grants Administrator, Zuniga. Welcome.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council members. Marcel Zuniga, Grants Administrator, reporting on the Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report this evening. The CAPER is a production of one of the Community Block Development Grant funding requirements. The CAPER shows the progress made on the goals set in the program year 2024-25 CDBG Annual Action Plan. It provides the Housing and Urban Development Department with data regarding individuals served, project activity details, and achieved outcomes. The city's CDBG allocation for program year 2024-25 was $989,495. The city dispersed a total of just over $1 million of CDBG funds in the program year 2024-25. A significant portion of the expenditures are attributed to the completion of or progress on capital projects. Open capital improvement projects currently make up most of the unexpended balance. This chart is, it shows a summary of the CDBG resources and expenditures for program year 2024-25. At the top of the chart, you can see that there are carryover balances from prior years that had not been expended. That goes back to program year 2018 through 2023. And staff during the program year 2024-25, some of those grants have now been fully expended, and though there are still some open. The carryover at the end of the program year is just over 1.1 million. Again, the current allocation is 989,495 for the 24-25 program year. In our line of credit balance for the revolving loan fund, there was a total of $243,997. There was a one-time return to the line of credit of just over $1,700, which puts the available resources for program year 2024 at just over $2.4 million. Of that amount, oops, I am so sorry. Of that amount, the total disbursement from I'm so sorry, from prior program years, I want to click on it, from prior program years was just over $764,000. So that's referring to the program years 2018 through 2023. The program year 2024 expenses is just over $329,000, and that's coming from the 2024 allocation of the 989,495. So that puts our total disbursements for the program year 24-25 at just over $1 million, with a remaining unexpended balance as of June 30th, 2025 of just over $1.3 million. In addition to regular CDBG funding, the city does still have COVID money remaining. In program year 2020-21, the city received $938,981 from the CARES Act. Of that amount, $664,415 has been expended. That leaves approximately 29% of these funds still remaining to be used. Staff will return to council later this fiscal year to seek guidance in repurposing these funds to avoid returning them to HUD. At the moment, the unexpended balance is $274,566. So here is an overview of some of the accomplishments of the programs that were funded during the 24-25 year. The Madera Coalition for Community Justice Youth Environmental Stewardship Program, their goal was to serve 30 clients, and they were able to reach 32 students. The Olive Charitable Organization had a goal of serving 24 clients, and they were able to provide case managed care to 31 victims of human trafficking. The City Parks Department Seniors Nutrition and Recreation Program, they had a goal to serve 500 clients, and they were able to provide congregate meals and recreational activities to 333 seniors at the Pan Am Community Center and the Frank Burgon Senior Center. Project Run Madera had a goal to serve 500 student athletes. They were able to reach 442 track and field athletes and provided them with running shoes and other required sports apparel. The CAPMC Housing Stabilization Program, they had a goal to serve 10 clients. Support and emergency housing was provided to 23 individuals. For capital improvement projects, the City of Madera's Public Works Department Sidewalk and 88 Corner Ramp project was completed during program year 24-25. During this program year alone, approximately 5,000 linear feet of concrete was poured to rehabilitate our sidewalks, serving or benefiting approximately 2,000 low, moderate income residents in the areas that were served. The City of Madera Engineering Department Parking Lot Rehabilitation Project. This project did begin in program year 24-25 and is currently in progress. So for CDBG CV accomplishments, our COVID grants, the Madera Coalition for Community Justice Rental Assistance Program, they did receive or serve 10 families from their grant. However, Community Action Partnership did not serve any families. So the CAPER was published and made available on August 30th, 2025. During the 15-day public comment period, no comments were received. The public review and comment period expired on September 15th, 2025. So the next steps being requested tonight is for council to open a public hearing, adopt a resolution approving submission of program year 24-25 CAPER and financial summary reports to HUD. Upon council approval, staff will submit the program year 24-25 CAPER to HUD. That concludes my presentation. Yes. Slide back. Oh, I sure did. So back to capital improvement projects. The City of Madera Engineering Department, Clinton Street Sewer and Water Improvements. This project made significant progress during the program year 24-25. And then we also have the City of Madera Parks Department, Frank Burgon Senior Center. This project was completed. It is anticipated to serve a little over 4,000 low moderate income residents in the vicinity of the location of the senior center. Upgrades and repairs were completed, and they include kitchen upgrades and perimeter fencing. That concludes my presentation. Sorry about that.
Thank you for that. I bring it back to my colleagues for any questions or comments. Councilwoman Mejia.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Marcella, for the presentation. When exactly do the unexpended care funds expire?
They have to be expended by September 2026.
Okay, and do you have an idea when we will hear back and if there's any priorities that are identified right now?
So we definitely will be bringing it back before the end of this year. It will be sooner than later. We are in the process right now of working with one of our subrecipients to finalize how much they have spent. So once I clear that up and get a final figure from the 274 that I just reported on, that will be reduced slightly. Once I can finalize that figure, I will bring it forward. So it should be within the next couple of weeks that I finalize that figure, and then I can work on what we'll do is we'll have to amend the CDBG CV funds. And so it's an entire process that we'll have to work through, including public comment and the whole, everything all over again. In terms of priorities, I have not met internally officially to discuss what we would like to bring forward. What I can say is that the repurposing of the funds still have to stay in line with the purpose of COVID funding to begin with. So it could still be to prepare, prevent, or respond to COVID or any type of pandemic that we, in the future.
Thank you.
Okay, I see no other comments. At this time, I open it up public hearing. Is there anybody in the chamber that would like to comment? I see none. Any online or on Zoom? City Clerk Gonzalez.
We have none, Mayor.
Okay, with that, I close the public hearing and I bring it back to my colleagues.
Motion to approve as written.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
You for that, Grants Administrator Zuniga. Next item.
Next item is consent calendar. Matters listed under the consent calendar are considered routine and will be enacted by one motion and one vote. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, a member of the public or a member of the council may request an item be removed from the consent calendar and it will be considered separately.
Thank you for that. Bringing it back to my colleagues for any comments or concerns for the consent calendar. I see none. I open it up for public hearing. Anybody in the chamber? Anybody online or on Zoom?
We have none, Mayor.
Okay, with that, I will close public comment and bring it back to my colleagues for a motion.
Make a motion for the.
I second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes unanimously. Thank you for that. Next item.
Next item under workshop, we have none. Moving on to section D is petition, bids, resolutions, ordinances, and agreements. Item D1, Sixth Amendment to the City Clerk at-will employment agreement.
Yes, and I think that's going to be given to us by Mr. Battles.
That is correct.
Mayor, if I may, right before Eric starts, I believe Eric's presented before the city council, but in case he hasn't,
Okay.
this is Eric Battles. He's presenting on behalf of the HR department. Eric's a longtime city employee. I'm not going to say how many years because I butcher it every time. Eric started his career with the city in the finance department, where he was a tremendous asset, assisting us with the city's budget. Eric had a desire to move over to HR. The finance department struggled letting him go, but Eric is an absolute star in the organization, and we're extremely grateful to have him. So with that, I'll turn it over to Eric. Thank you.
Thank you for that, City Manager Rodriguez.
All right, tonight we have item D1, the Sixth Amendment to the City Clerk Employment Agreement. Oh. Okay. Going back there. So item D1, Sixth Amendment to the City Clerk Employment Agreement. The summary on this item is the City Council has recently approved memorandums of understanding, MOUs, with the city's 4 bargaining units
and updated the standard terms and conditions for department heads. The city council and city clerk have negotiated modifications to the city clerk's employment agreement consistent with provisions provided to other employees. An amendment to the agreement has been prepared to reflect these provisions. So the proposed amendment is salary, to provide a 3% cost of living or COLA increase effective September 6, 2025. Then provide a 2% COLA effective 6/13/2026. There's a proposed amendment to include a longevity provision, which is a 3-tier longevity pay program for continued city service, which is 2.5% at 10 years, 5% at 15 years, and 7.5% at 20 years. For holidays, it's going to add the Juneteenth holiday as a recognized city holiday. It will replace Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day. There will be a retention bonus. It provides a $1,500 bonus January 2026 and also January 2027. For retirement contributions, it will remove the employee obligation to contribute to the employer CalPERS contribution. For health benefits, it will set the city's contribution to health benefits equal to the core, vision, and dental for 2026 and 2027 plan years. There's no automatic increase thereafter without amendment to the agreement. There's a language that provides updates to comply with law, such as update to family sick leave for designated person, update bereavement provisions regarding leave duration, and reproductive loss leave. Here's a chart that shows some of the changes outlined and the costs going forward. So for fiscal year 2025, 2026, the total for year one will be $6,305, which includes the line items there. And then year two, it's going to recur from year one with the COLA. And then as it's noted there, the city clerk is not eligible for longevity at this time. And then so the final for year two is $9,992. So this concludes the oral report in compliance with Government Code Section 54953C3. I'm able to entertain any questions the council may have.
Thank you so much. I bring it back to my colleagues for any questions or concerns. I see none, so I open it up for public comment. Anybody in the chamber? City Clerk Gonzalez, anybody online or on Zoom?
We have none, Mayor.
Thank you. I bring it back to my colleagues for a motion.
To approve item D1. Thank you, City.
Second it.
I have a motion and second. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes unanimously. Thank you, administration analyst 2 battles for your
No problem. Thank you, Mayor.
report. Hope to see you soon. Moving on to the next item.
Thank you, Council. Section E, under administrative reports, is item E1, selecting recipients for October proclamations.
No, we pulled it.
We pulled item D2 at approval of agenda. I should have said that. Huh?
Thank you for that. And that'll be presented by our city clerk Gonzalez. They're trying to take her off her rhythm here. We'll keep her back online. They're too close for me to kick, so just had to give them the look.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Alicia Gonzalez, City Clerk. This evening, I bring before you the selection of recipients for the October proclamations. For some background, Council adopted a policy governing ceremonial document guidelines in August of 2023. And in January of this year, Council approved the 2025 list of annual proclamations. Council also discussed and approved certain proclamations would be labeled as recipient at the discretion of Council. Tonight's recommendation is for Council's direction. Staff is requesting that Council select a recipient for the following proclamations: Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Indigenous Peoples Month, and Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Here's a calendar of our annual proclamations. Highlighted at the bottom is a list of those October proclamations. I will now turn it back over to Council.
Thank you, City Clerk Gonzalez. Bringing it back to my colleagues, see if they have anybody they'd like to nominate for these 3 items that we have for next month's proclamations. Councilwoman Mejia.
Oh, I pressed, did I hit the wrong one? I'm sorry. that was me.
Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez.
Sorry, I'm gonna have you speak up for me. Yeah, there was a request for the Domestic Violence Awareness Month from the Líderes Campesinas. I was hoping to add them on that as well. Not sure if there's anyone else, but I don't see why they couldn't receive that, be the recipients for that proclamation.
Okay.
Líderes Campesinas.
Councilmember Montez.
Okay, I have 2. So if that was as a co-recipient, I would like to add Cap MC for the Domestic Violence Awareness Month. That's generally who we have. And then also for the, Indigenous Peoples Day, Comité Guelaguetza de Madera, to nominate them. If the rest of the council would be amenable. Those are the 2 that I have. I don't have anybody for breast cancer. I'm sorry.
Okay. Anybody else have any recommendations? If not, I would like us to reach out to Charlotte Brewer for Relay for Life. And she will have a recipient for us for someone that would accept that proclamation for breast cancer awareness.
Thank you for
Okay.
your direction, Council.
Do we need a motion, City Attorney, or are we good with direction?
You can give direction, but I also suggest going out to public before you take official action.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. With that, I open up to public comment. Anybody in the chamber? Anybody on Zoom or online?
We have none, Mayor.
Okay, with that, I will close public comment and our city clerk has a direction of who those recipients, and if you could reach out to them and see if they're willing to come see us. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Next item.
Item E2, Domestic Well Mitigation Program, DWMP. Action on this item is by the GSA, Groundwater Sustainability Agency.
Great to see you tonight, Director of Engineering.
Hey, thank you, Mayor, council members. I'll take my best shot at this again. That's not it. That's better. Anyway, this is the Domestic Well Mitigation Program. Right.
Almost.
Almost. Sneak in here.
Well, obviously that's not quite almost, but we have it now. Anyway, this is the Domestic Well Mitigation Program, also known as the DWMP. A little bit of background. It's going to be a little bit shorter tonight. You've been hearing my typical shtick for the last several weeks, so I've removed some of that. So council received the latest in a number of updates at the September 3rd, 2025 council meeting. The key points of that was it was noted that the Madera Irrigation District, or MID, expressed an intent to move toward a proximity-based DWMP at the August 29th work group meeting. The proposed partners included MID, Madera Water District, and the City of Madera. The MID statement essentially resulted in an impasse to all previous forms of DWMP, perhaps resulting in 5 separate DWMPs. Council was already aware that 3 of the GSAs were breaking out with their own DWMPs, and was aware that there might be one with 4 GSAs. Now it's looking like it will be 2 other GSAs. Likely it'll be City, MID, and MWD at this point. The remainder of the work group meeting focused on next steps, including preparation of a framework agreement which is now titled, and I will take a breath of air to go ahead and complete it, the Framework Agreement for Uniform Domestic Well Mitigation Implementation in the Madera Subbasin of the San Joaquin Valley Groundwater Basin. With the September 3rd council meeting, I have two primary categories here. One is partnering. One is partnering with MID. There were no strong opinions from that meeting, as I recall, with regard to partnering there. Council, however, did want to go ahead and keep the door open to a possible partnering with the county should all things not work out perfectly with MID. And then there was the framework agreement. Council provided multiple recommendations, including a provision that annexation would not result in transfer responsibility of the to mitigate domestic wells included in the annexation. With regard to partnering, there is a meeting that has been set for September 26th for the GSA, City, MID, and MWD. I don't know the specifics of that. I'll learn those as I attend. Alternate partnering, city and county. Staff was asked to discuss the viability of a partnership with the county. That did occur. There were certain goals of the city are not, what I've been told is certain goals of the city are not likely or might not be resolved without additional discussion and deliberations by the county supervisors. One of those examples is the city was looking for 1% fair share of 2%. I did not hear that that was necessarily going to be acceptable to the county. And overall, the conversation, which went about 30 minutes, staff came away with the opinion that partnership with MID and MWD is a little bit less, perhaps substantially less complicated than partnering with the county. The framework agreement itself, comments to the agreement were discussed at September 8th GSA Coordination Work Group. There were multiple edits. Overall, the revised framework agreement seems to be less onerous when considering the variation in GSA goals. There was probably a total of 8 or 10 comments between the various different GSAs. The city recommendations were accepted by the other GSAs with the exception of the well mitigation responsibility. MID felt that was unreasonable. They did spend at least a little bit of time on why they thought it was unreasonable, and the county just pretty much rejected it. I'll keep going here. Okay. This is the agreement, the revised agreement. It is substantially simpler. As I said in the report, and here it's a little bit less onerous. That was in the staff report. I won't take the time that I did at the last meeting to go through one by one. The reason I did that at the last meeting was because it had not been included in the staff report. But it is here should we want to refer back to it. For council consideration tonight, consider the discussion between the city and the county staff regarding the possible alternative to partnering. Does the city wish to keep this option open? Provide direction relative to continuing discussion with MID toward partnership with them and MWD. And then consider the framework agreement and county objection to annexation, that provision relative to well mitigation responsibility. And I did add a note here, the annexed wells, if there are annexations into the city, those annexations, whether they are with the county, with the MID, they will come in and be mitigated as a group, unless I hear something different at the upcoming meeting. The recommended action is to work with MID and MWD on preparation of a partner DWMP. And then the funding, if appropriate, if the appropriate budgets are built in, those will find their way into the water enterprise fund. But knowing what those numbers are right now, that is a moving target until we know what the partnership says that we want to do. With that, I'm happy to take any questions that you may have.
Okay, thank you for that in-depth report. Bringing it back to my colleagues for any questions or concerns. Okay, with that, I will open it up for public comment. Anybody in the chamber? Anybody online or on Zoom? City Clerk Gonzalez.
We have none, Mayor.
Okay, with that, I close public comment. and bring it back for a motion.
Motion to approve as written.
I have a motion.
That would be the staff's
Oh, staff recommendation.
that'd be staff's recommendation with regards to MID and who's the other one?
And also the.
WD.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification. I have a motion. I'll second it. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion passes unanimously. You have your direction.
You council.
Director of Engineering Helmworth, we appreciate your report. Moving on to the next item.
Item F, council member reports, announcements, future agenda items. This portion of the meeting is reserved for the mayor and council members to make brief reports on boards, committees, and other public agencies and at public events to request updates, to initiate future agenda items, and to take action on matters initiated under this section of the agenda. Under this section, the council may take action only on items specifically agendized and which meet other requirements for action.
Thank you for that. I will go to my right where Councilwoman Evans.
I know, but I had to say that. Thank you so very much. One thing I would like to say is for the streets department over on Lake and Sherwood, the signal is coming along and I am too excited. It's at Pan Am, so that's my big report that the signal will be working very soon. And that's all I have to say. Thank God.
Thank you for your report. Councilmember Zachariah.
I just had the pleasure of joining everyone for the 9/11 event last week, and also thank you for keeping the meeting short. Today is my 14th wedding anniversary, so
Yeah.
gotta go spend with my wife here soon. Thank you.
Congratulations. Councilmember Montez.
Sure, nothing to report.
Councilwoman Mejia.
I have nothing to report.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mayor Gallegos. Kayla's gonna have to wait just a
Let me text her real quick.
Yeah. Congratulations, Councilmember Zachariah. I just want to report out that on the September 3rd, myself alongside Councilwoman Evans, Councilman Zachariah, and Councilman Villegas attended the Cottonwood Creek ribbon cutting, which was a project that was completed. This was 3 aging bridges alongside 99 that consolidated into one. And again, it sets the platform for the up and coming 6-lane project north and south from Avenue 12 to Avenue 7. Once we get that underway, we hope to see that maybe start construction by the summer of next year. Again, I did have an opportunity to attend our Valley Voice trip that we do to Washington, D.C. This is a trip of a coalition of 8 counties within the Central Valley, advocating for federal funding and continue to have the levels of funding that have been in the past for infrastructure and regional projects and transportation. One of the key elements of this was air quality as well. This is an assignment that I had, again, talking about the Central Valley. Geographically, we are disadvantaged when it comes to air quality, obviously, because we are surrounded by mountains and all the air just comes down to our valley. We stressed out that the continued level of funding should not be decreased, but rather increased. I think now with new administration, EPA does have certain restrictions, again, with California. There was a conformity lockdown, which means that projects that are funded through federal funding require to have certain standards of air quality. California being a state that has to have one up on the federal government, has stricter air quality guidelines. And now with the new administration, they rescinded that. So therefore, we have to find a new tool to be able to keep these projects alive. There's over $7 billion of projects that are possibly in lockdown, but we hope to have hopefully an extension. The EPA did sound very welcoming when we provided them the concern, especially in the regional San Joaquin Valley. So I wanted to extend that note, and I also wanted to say thank you to our Chief Chiramani for hosting the Business Watch meeting with some of our businesses and introducing some new software that will help fight some of the crime there. So thank you again. Mayor Gallegos, that's all I have for now. And again, happy anniversary.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez. Councilmember Villegas.
I just want to say, yeah, I was also attending the 9/11 anniversary celebration. So that was a great event. And that's that's good to recognize the big trash rate that happened to in the United States. So that's it.
Okay, thank you for your report. And I just have a couple of things. This week, we did have a student get hit by a car in a school zone, so please be safe out there. Yeah, I know everybody's in a rush and needs to get where they need to be, but slow down a little bit. We also had a residents of our city, county get in a very tragic accident on Avenue 7, Road 24, and our prayers go out to their family. And last, I'd like to give a shout out to CEO Leach on the Madera Fair. It was a huge success. I hope everybody made it out there. It was a beautiful event, a lot happening and going on there. And with that, that's all I have to report. And at this time, thank you for spending your evening with us. I adjourn the meeting and we'll see you again Wednesday, October 1st, 2025. Good night, everyone.
Let's go home.